Good morning, students. Today, in this video, I am going to teach you the chapter, The Sentence. The main objectives of this video are: a child will be able to learn what is a sentence, formation of a sentence by proper reordering of words, difference between phrase, clause and sentence, various types of sentences, changing of affirmative sentences to negative and interrogative sentences, and parts of sentence, that is subject and predicate. Now let us see what is a sentence. Here are some group of words written. Father watch him, his bought a. Number 2, apple away, they doctor, the keeps an. Number 3, a told old, the man story us. Now, do these group of words make any sense? No, these group of words do not make any sense. Now, if I arrange these group of words in order: his father bought him a watch. Number 2, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Number 3, the old man told us a story. Now, do these group of words make any sense? Yes, these group of words make sense. So, these are sentences. So, a group of words that make complete sense is sentence. Now there are 3 important things that you need to remember about a sentence. Number 1, it is a group of words arranged in proper order so that it gives a complete sense. Number 2, the first word of the sentence must begin with capital letter. Number 3, the sentence must end with a punctuation mark. Now read the following group of words. In the morning, in the north, at daybreak. Now, do these group of words make any sense? No, these group of words do not make complete sense. So, a group of words which does not make complete sense is called phrase. Always remember, a phrase does not have a subject or verb in it. Now let us see these group of words. When I arrived, because she was unwell. When I helped her. Now, do these group of words make any sense? No, these group of words do not make complete sense. So, the group of words which does not give complete sense but has subject and predicate, it is known as a clause. For example, when I arrived, who, I, so subject, arrived is the verb, so it is a clause. Because she was unwell, who, she, so subject, was unwell is the predicate, so clause. When I helped her, who, I, so subject, helped her is the predicate, so clause. Now let us see the difference between phrase, clause and sentence. Both phrase and clause do not convey complete meaning. On the other hand, a sentence conveys complete sense. Number 2, a phrase does not have a subject or verb. Clause, it has both subject and verb or predicate. and a sentence has both subject and predicate. Now let us see few examples. At 6 o'clock. It does not make complete sense. So, phrase. In the daytime. It does not make complete sense. So, phrase. If you eat too much. It does not make complete sense. But it has both subject and predicate. Who, you, so subject. What? Eat too much, so predicate. That you wanted. It does not make complete sense, but has a subject and predicate. Who, you, so subject. Wanted is the verb, so it is clause. Raman plays in the park. Raj is a good boy. These group of words make complete sense, so sentence. Now let us see the various types of sentences. There are 5 types of sentences. Number 1 is assertive or declarative. Number 2 is interrogative sentence. Number 3 is imperative sentence. Number 4 is exclamatory sentence. And number 5 is optative sentence. Now, let us read these sentences in detail. Assertive or declarative sentence. These sentences state or declare something. And we put a full stop at the end of an assertive sentence. For example, Raj plays football, declares something, so assertive. Our team could not play well, it declares something, so assertive. We waited for you till 6 p.m. It declares something, so assertive sentence. Number 2, interrogative sentences. The sentences which ask a question are known as interrogative sentences. We put a question mark at the end of an interrogative sentence. Now let us see few examples. Did you reach the school in time? Question mark. Ask question, so interrogative. Why are you so late? Question mark. Asks question, so interrogative. Where do you want to meet me? Question mark. Asks question, so interrogative. Imperative sentences. These sentences express a command, order, a request, or an advice. We put a full stop at the end of an imperative sentence. For example, keep quiet. It gives command, so imperative. Please lend me your book. Expresses request, so imperative. Don't board a moving bus. Expresses advice, so imperative. Exclamatory sentences. These sentences express some sudden strong feeling of joy, sorrow, or wonder. We put an exclamation sign at the end of an exclamatory sentence. For example, hooray, we have won the match. Expresses sudden joy, so exclamatory. Oh, he is no more. Expresses sorrow, so exclamatory. How beautiful is the rose. Expresses wonder, so exclamatory. Optative sentences. These sentences express a wish, hope, or a prayer. We put an exclamation sign at the end of an optative sentence. Now let us see few examples. May you live long. Prayer, so optative. May the best team win. expresses hope, so optative. I wish I were a millionaire. As it is a wish, so optative sentence. It expresses a wish, so optative. Now let us see few more examples. Say whether the sentences are assertive, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory or optative. Would you please lend me your pen? Ask question, so interrogative sentence. Don't let your child play in the street. Expresses an advice, so imperative sentence. May you be happy and prosperous. Expresses a wish, so optative sentence. It is a false story. Declares something, so assertive sentence. How intelligent the boy is. Expresses wonder, so exclamatory sentence. Now let us see how to change an affirmative sentence to negative. To change an affirmative sentence to negative, we have to add not with the helping verb. So first we have to identify the helping verb. Raj is a good boy. Is this the helping verb? So we will add not with it. So the answer is Raj is not a good boy. Raman plays cricket. Now in this sentence the helping verb is missing. So we will add the helping verb. For adding the helping verb, we will see the main verb. The main verb is plays. It is the present form of verb. So the helping verb used will be do or does. Now, Raman is singular subject. So we will use does. So the answer is Raman does play cricket. Now, we will identify the helping verb here. Does is the helping verb. We will add not with the helping verb. So the answer is Raman does not play cricket. Sia sang a song. In this sentence, the helping verb is missing. So we will add the helping verb first. Sang is the past form of verb. And the helping verb used with past tense is did plus present form of verb. So the answer will be Sia did sing a song. Now we will identify the helping verb. Did is the helping verb. We will add not with did. So the answer is Sia did not sing a song. Now let us see how to change an assertive sentence to interrogative sentence. Now first we have to identify the helping verb and place it in the beginning. Now we will put the question mark at the end. Sam is cooking food. Is this the helping verb? We will place it in the beginning before Sam. So the answer is Sam cooking food? Question mark. The boys play hockey. Now in this sentence, the helping verb is missing. So we will see the main verb. Play is the verb. It is the present form of verb. So we will use the helping verbs do or does. The boys are plural subject. So we will use do. The boys do play hockey. Do is the helping verb. We will place it in the beginning before the boys. So the answer is, do the boys play hockey? Question mark. Raj shouted at her. Again in the sentence, the helping verb is missing. So we will see the main verb. Shouted is the past form of verb. So the helping verb used will be did. And with did, we will always use present form of verb. So the answer is, Raj did shout at her. Now did is the helping verb. We will place it in the beginning before Raj. So the answer is, did Raj shout at her? Question mark. Now let us see the parts of sentence. There are two parts of sentence, subject and predicate. Now, what is a subject and what is a predicate? Who is being talked about is known as subject. or we can say which answers to who is subject, and what we talked about subject is predicate, or we can say which answers what is predicate. Now let us see few examples. The boys are playing in the playground. Who, the boys, so subject. What, are playing in the playground, so predicate. I am going to the market. Who, I, so subject. What, am going to the market, so predicate. The baby is sleeping peacefully in the cradle. Who, the baby, so subject. What, is sleeping peacefully in the cradle, so predicate. Rita will cook food today. Who, Rita, so subject. What, will cook food today, so predicate. I hope you have all understood the chapter. Now complete the back exercises of the chapter The Sentence from your Basic English Grammar and Composition book 6. Thank you.